When I was invited to present in Vienna, Austria at the International Voice Symposium, I remember standing in one of the most beautiful concert halls I'd ever seen. It was the Moot, the concert hall for the Vienna Boys Choir. Teachers had traveled from all over the world, different countries, different educational backgrounds, different traditions. Yet, as we began talking about voice, I realized something. We were all asking many of the same questions. How do we preserve healthy voices while preparing singers for the music they actually wanted to sing? How do we honor centuries of vocal tradition while teaching students who dream of Broadway, recording studios, film, television, voiceover, social media, and careers that didn't even exist when many of them were in graduate school? That moment stayed with me because I realized something else. The teaching profession wasn't divided into good teachers and bad teachers. It was filled with dedicated teachers trying to solve new problems. And that's why I created the Teacher Academy. First, I want to say something that's incredibly important. I have enormous respect for traditional voice training. I know what it takes to earn those degrees. I've practiced endless scales. I've sung the Mozart. I've prepared for the juries. I've lived through senior recitals, and I've spent years studying pedagogy, anatomy, acoustics, literature, languages, and vocal science. I've taught at the university level, and that education matters. It builds disciplined musicians. It creates thoughtful teachers. The Teacher Academy isn't here to replace any of that. It's here to build on it. Because somewhere along the way, our students changed. Today, they walk into our studios wanting to sound like artists we never analyzed in graduate school. They bring in songs filled with breathiness, texture, intentional breaks, microphone technique, recording techniques, commercial storytelling, delayed vibrato, contemporary diction. And if we're honest, many of us were never taught why those sounds exist or even how to make them. And it's not because our education failed us. It's simply because the commercial industry has grown so rapidly. It's a different artistic language, a different set of stylistic expectations. But the answer isn't to dismiss commercial singing. The answer also isn't to dismiss classical training. The answer is understanding the differences, understanding when different techniques are appropriate, and understanding the biomechanics behind those choices. Understanding what today's producers, audiences, and artists are actually asking for. And more importantly, understanding the culture behind the music and respecting it. Because every musical style grew out of someone's history, someone's community, someone's culture, and someone's way of telling stories. And if we don't understand that, we can unintentionally coach away the very thing that made that performance honest and meaningful. So the Teacher Academy exists to build that bridge. And here's how it works. Each month, you'll receive a collection of professionally produced training videos. You'll watch them whenever your schedule allows, pause them, review them, take notes, come back to them as often as you like. The curriculum is designed to build from one topic to the next, helping you connect traditional pedagogy with today's commercial vocal demands. Then once each month, we'll gather together live for our online faculty roundtable. Before each meeting, members will submit their questions in advance. That allows us to organize the conversation around the topics that matter the most, rather than allowing one person to dominate the discussion together. We'll explore questions like, why are certain techniques becoming essential in today's commercial market? When should we teach them? What are some of the vocal risks involved? How do we help students sound contemporary without sacrificing their vocal health? What are producers really asking for? How can we prepare students for recording session? How do we prepare singers for recording sessions instead of recital halls? We'll analyze current artists and teaching strategies. We'll work through real teaching challenges. And we'll explore the biomechanics behind contemporary vocal styles. Digital recording practices have given us more challenges, even as they've reduced some of the challenges using things like auto-tune and Melodyne. Because after decades of teaching, I've learned something. The best professional conversations rarely happen from behind a podium. They happen around a table with colleagues who are curious enough to keep asking better questions. That's the culture I want Teacher Academy to become. Not a place where we defend our favorite methods. There's a lot of great methods out there, but a place where we continue growing together. My goal isn't to create teachers who teach exactly like I do. My goal is to help you become even more effective at teaching the way you do, to give you more tools, more confidence, more options. Because every singer who walks into our studios deserves the fullest map that we can give them. If you've ever finished school feeling incredibly grateful for your education and at the same time wondering what comes next, I know exactly how you feel. I stood in Vienna surrounded by extraordinary teachers asking that very question, and the Teacher Academy is my answer. I'd love for you to join us as we continue exploring the next chapter of voice together. The greatest teachers don't stop learning because they've earned a degree. They keep learning because every new generation of singers asks new questions. And if you're a voice teacher, I want to say thank you. Thank you for every lesson you've taught. Thank you for every accompanist you've hired, every recital that you've pulled together, every time your heart has beat so hard that it feels like it's going to come out through your mouth, because you are the future. We're all asking many of the same questions. So let's pursue the answers together.